This is Ronnie Coleman, perhaps the greatest bodybuilder of all time. He won 8 Mr. Olympia titles, including one here in 2002, and it is in the history books. You can't argue that. But if you ask most people, they will say Gunter Schlierkamp, he was robbed in 2002. He is the uncrowned Mr. Olympia champion that year. But realistically, guys, he placed fifth place. It was Kevin Levrone that actually placed second. So why don't more people say that Kevin Levrone is the uncrowned Mr. Olympia champion? What's my opinion on it, including Ronnie Coleman, things of that nature? Well, definitely don't want to upset any Colemanites. But to be honest, this was absolutely Ronnie Coleman's worst Olympia winning version. Even worse than 2001, I would suggest. Much worse. Definitely a bad version of him, but is a bad version of Ronnie Coleman still enough to defeat the couple of guys we're going to take a look at here in just a second? Well, that is definitely a debate. He's so good that even I think maybe even a bad version still good enough. But I don't know. I wasn't there. But the question here before us is who would have won between a one-on-one comparison. Gunter Schlierkamp, Kevin Levrone. This is, in fact, your winning video for What Do You Want Wednesday? You pick Wednesday. It's one day late, guys. It took a little bit of overtime work to get my previous video out, including all the Olympia champions and their torso heaps. So go watch that one. But before you do, hit thumbs up on this video here, and we will get to see all of those other videos. Actually, you know what? I really want to see that Robbie Robinson video. Get it up to 400 likes. 400 likes, come on, it's easy. I see Victor Richards, Neckzilla, that's been requested a lot. But either which way. These are the studs that we are looking at today. Front double bicep pose. This will be of some debate, I would suggest. Kevin Levrone, he is a big dude. Well, here in 2002, I think he was scaled down some in size. But he is very aesthetically pleasing. Nice abs, very drawn out, good. Arms, not bad. I mean, they're a big set of arms, but his wheels are where he was downsized the most. We'll see. Maybe the back is downsized too. But Gunter, his legs are incredible. Look at the size of those great big poles. They're big tree trunks. His arms, not a whole lot of balance there, I don't think, but there is some best biceps in the world. He has. Look at them. They're Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on, Dylan. This place is too hot for a pickup. The chopper won't touch us till we reach the border. Hey, Billy, find me rid of this hole. Yeah, condition-wise, I would suggest Gunter Schlierkamp. He's a huge guy. You look up his height, they say he was 6 feet tall. He was not 6 feet tall. Ronnie Coleman was nearly 6 feet tall, and this guy towered over Ronnie. So I would suggest I'm being kind to Kevin Levrone. Hey, he stepped the line anyway. He always made himself look bigger in the pictures. So front double, somewhat inconclusive. Mark's Max would definitely give it to Gunter. Here's the front lat spread. Oh, interesting. This is from the Show of Strength, which was just down the road from the Olympia. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think there was that much of a difference. There was a difference in the back shots, I would suggest. Maybe even better in the front shots in Olympia. But having said that, this is another takeaway pose for Gunter. He has Dorian-esque lats. Hey, he might have the best torso heap of all time. I highly doubt it, though. I highly doubt it. Yeah, wheels, upper, lower body, he's beating Kevin. Kevin, he is tilted a little bit thoughtfully, but I think that is a smart maneuver because he is slightly unsymmetrical in the lats, much like a Lionel Bayeki in this pose. It is an effective shot, but standing next to somebody that's better than you, you're going to lose. But that would go with anything. That would go with anything in bodybuilding. Turn to the side here. Much like the front double, I like Kevin Levrone's aesthetics. He has nice appeal, good, round delts. Look at that. Look at the arms. Fantastic. It's a different footage, too, so doesn't do him any justice. Now, lower half, I think his legs are a little smooth. And, of course, guys, like I said, a blurry picture, hard to tell. But if I was a betting man, I would bet that Gunter Schlierkamp is twice as hard, twice as grainy, dry as well. Dry, too, in the lower half. So a little bit of a debate. The side tricep as well. Little bit of a debate. If there's any shot here that Kevin's getting, it's going to be the side tricep. It is the aesthetics. Nice. It's good. But Gunter, I mean, he has a small waist. He's not doing anything wrong here. His legs are good and dry. He's not sitting. It was before they started sitting down on the quads, like the hamstrings rather, like a la Phil Heath, guys like that. And maybe Jay Cutler. Don't say it's my fault. I wasn't the first one to sit down on my hamstrings, for goodness sakes. Jeez. Maybe it was Dexter the Blade Jackson. I don't know. But either which way, long-winded explanation. Gunter, not the best in the tricep. And for some people, that's all they look at. Here is where it counts. The back shots, the condition. I will say, sizing, a little bit difficult. Could have even made Kevin Levrone, not Gunter. I could have made Kevin a little bit smaller here because he's bending at the knees. And Gunter going pretty straight-legged. But having said that, Kevin would step past the line anyway. I think he's quite a bit shorter than Gunter. His back looks good. Rear lat spread was always a strong pose for Mr. Levrone, the Maryland muscle machine, full of block, rock-hard muscle. Some hustle behind that muscle, Russell. Condition-wise, again, separation in the back for Gunter, hamstrings, good and cut. I detect some glutes, but in both cases, I think they're a little bit of the good old-fashioned soggy donk. In this pose, anyway. Here's the rear double. Better shot, I would suggest, for Gunter. Little unsymmetrical. If you look at just the torso heaps alone, you can definitely see that. But Kevin Levrone, much more petite in the rear double than he ever was in that rear lat. Rear lat, he goes wide. The rear double, he goes not quite so wide. And Gunter, he's bending at the knees here. And I think the sizing is a little bit more fair here. I think Gunter, even in the rear lat, he would have been dwarfing poor Kevin Levrone. Width, size, look at the hamstring separation. Condition-wise, I mean, I'm not going to argue with the judges here. I wasn't there. We're going off pictures. Remember that, guys. But I think it's a substantial enough difference to say that Gunter, he's the better man from the front. Bodybuilding-wise, not better man just because he's winning, but yeah, I don't want to upset any Levronites. I know there's a lot of you guys, but I'm sure you guys are fair enough to say, man, here's the abs and thigh. And again, Kevin defeating Gunter on almost all, if not every single shot in the aesthetics. But Gunter, you can only go but so far in that aspect. Gunter is just peeled, shredded to the diced. Not the prettiest pony in the park, but I mean, my soul, my kingdom for a striation in the quad for poor Kevin Levrone. And his weak point, like I said, here in 2002, very petite in those wheels. The poor guy. Balance was a little off. Most muscular. I know you guys are thinking, but Mark's Max Muscle, why would you make Kevin Levrone so small in this comparison? He is big. Well, you don't see too many comparisons with Kevin Levrone and Gunter on the same stage because Gunter, I think, would have made him look petite. There was a picture of Ronnie Coleman right beside Gunter there, and he was looking petite next to Gunter when he was ripped to shreds, coupled with that frame, that structure. Maybe one of the best structures aside from the hips. Maybe he was a little bit wider in the midsection, things of that nature. But I mean, size-wise, 6'3", I would suggest. Somebody will let us know in the comment section below exactly how tall he was. Kevin Levrone, maybe 5'9", maybe. And he's losing to Gunter Schlierkamp. With a pitcher, remember, pitcher comparison. With a fan, remember that fan, not a judge. My opinion, not judging, just an opinion. Gunter, and I'm sure a lot of you people, the bodybuilding fans, you know who I'm talking about, darn it. You guys would agree that Gunter Schlierkamp is the clear winner in this one. Clear winner. So he should have at least placed second, not fifth. Shame. For shame. Whoever was the judge at that event, or whoever greased their feathery palms.
Oh, come on! Subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not already. And if you would like to, check out my latest video as well. And there is a playlist if you want to really help me out. You could watch a bunch of videos as well. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Well, come on, Billy!